What's going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved Slasher.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
And so, as many of you guys know, I have been gone a couple of days. I have been relaxing with this beautiful woman. We went on a major horror movie watching spree the other night. We found a thing called, it was like Tubi on PlayStation that has a bunch of fucking movies.
We're not saying they're all good movies.
No, they're not all good, but we watched some good ones. And a couple bad ones.
And some really bad ones. But that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And then I missed some things. This is one of the things I missed. This is Chase. If you guys are keeping up, also I'm covering the Poppin' Challenges pretty much on my own because she's been relaxing. And then I covered a rap battle that she also was not in. She knew nothing about. So, but we're back with some Chase. She really enjoyed the last Chase track we checked out. I really enjoyed the last. I enjoyed pretty much every Chase track that I check out, minus the very first song I ever heard him in.
Which was?
The song he did with Vin J. Now, it wasn't a bad song, but it was just one of those things where they sounded so similar, it didn't really feel like I was watching two different artists.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it kind of pushed me away from listening to too much more Chase after that, because I was like, oh, it's just pretty much Vin J. And then eventually someone was like, dude, you need to check out the song by Chase. And then I did, and I was like, oh, holy shit.
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Dear God. What have I missed?
Chase is a hell of a fucking artist. And I've been covering him quite often, minus the little time where he took a little bit of a break. But
we take breaks too.
Yeah, that happens.
It happens.
So, without further ado, we are going to slash this up and break it down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chase. The song is called Scared. I'm ready. And apparently, he's scared. And now I'm scared.
And now I'm scared.
Let's go, baby.
Ha!
Oh, shit, it's really loud, isn't it?
Yeah. Ain't coming in yet.
You ain't coming in yet, but the fucking ad is. Go away.
Look.
He says, fuck you.
She crazy.
Look, when I was 4, I was fighting for my life. They stabbed me up with needles, trying to get the treatment right. I was scared, I was dying like the kid the other night. Cause he ain't get the same meds that died on the fight, and now he's...
Makes me wonder what kind of sickness he had to deal with. If he was getting stuck with needles as a kid.
At 4.
Right.
Trying to get the treatment right.
I could definitely understand that, though. Because her and I actually had a discussion. I mean, I was older than 4, but I had plantar's warts all over my back, and they scraped them off with a needle. And I can understand medical fear from that. That was a frightening experience.
Well, and my allergies, I was about 4 or 5 when they first did the prick test on my back. And like I said, I was so allergic to multiple things that my entire back swelled, which invalidated the entire process of getting stabbed in my back like crazy. And then fibro at 12. So I've been a pincushion ever since.
Don't breathe her away. She's allergic to everything. Everything.
I'm not that bad anymore. He's lying. But don't breathe my way anyway. COVID. Don't do
Social
it.
distancing.
I'm good with it anyway.
I was dying like the kid the other night. Cause he ain't get the same meds that died on the fight, and now he's dead. Man, that should have been me. Like, what if he was that dude who could have cured the disease? Or figured out a way to save us when the earth did deplete? Or then became the fucking president who nurtured the peace? I just don't get it.
You know, a lot of people have thoughts like that.
Why wasn't it me?
No. Like, it's one of the big driving forces behind why pro-life people talk about the things that they talk about in terms of abortion and stuff. Like, what if the person you're killing is the person that's supposed to
save humanity,
and
this, that, yeah.
Now, I'm not going to get into that whole debate with any of you guys because I have my own views, and I don't feel like debating with anybody about it. But a lot of people just have thoughts like that in general, not just with the abortion thing, but with just people in general. Like
Right.
a child dies, and they're like, well, this kid could have been the person to grow up and do great things and lead the country, or percentage-wise, it probably wasn't going to happen. But that's also the cynical side of me.
I'm cynical enough that I just don't care to speculate on that kind of stuff. I mean,
Right.
because death is a part of life.
Right.
It's a part of the world. It's a part of the cycle. It's going to happen.
Yep.
In general, most people have a higher survival rate now than we ever have, and therefore more of those people are reaching their full potential.
Right.
So speculating on the ones that don't is kind of waste of time.
Right.
I understand doing it though, like when you're by yourself and
When the earth to deplete, and then became the fucking president who nurtured the beast. I just don't get it. Cause I ain't living my life. Man, all I do is sit at home and fucking bitch when I write. Then fuck a bitch every night instead of picking them right. Cause in my past, every girl I had was picking a fight. And it made me nervous. My circuits are shot and I don't care. I'm trying to find the words that'll surface and find air. I'm working to...
Woo! I'm trying to find the words that'll find surface, or that'll get to the surface and find air. Because he's drowning.
But he's also basically saying that he isn't achieving his full potential and he knows it.
Right.
And he's continuing the cycle because he's picking the wrong chicks, because he's afraid of attachments, because the ones he did attach to picked fights.
Right. Been there.
So have I. The guys I attach myself to. Yeah. Not the chicks. But still.
Jose, you have a past we need to talk? No, I'm kidding.
Hell.
No, it's... I can understand that thought process too. Because, like I said, I've been there. Now, I wasn't scared from it. And I didn't necessarily think I was holding myself back from reaching my full potential. It was more like having to dodge shit to try and get there.
Yeah, I mean, like, being stuck in the cycle and knowing that you're in a cycle, especially like a cycle of abuse or, scared isn't the word that I would have used for myself personally.
Right.
Yeah, definitely depressed. I definitely realized it and wasn't quite sure how to change it, so I started working on myself first.
Right.
Because
which is
that
the
was
best
the
thing,
only thing I had any control over.
Which is the best thing anyone can do. Because again, going back to the whole relationship thing, even if you were to find somebody you did like, I'm still a firm believer that until you love yourself, you can't truly understand what loving somebody else really is.
Right.
You have to, love who you are first.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of a pain in the relationship.
Or at least completely understand yourself and come to terms with it. Like,
right.
Maybe not fully love yourself. You might need somebody else to show you what's so lovable about you. But coming to terms with who you are as a person and what you can change and what you should change and what you want to change for yourself.
Right.
Like the parts of you that you absolutely loathe that you can change, which is what I worked on.
Mm-hmm.
But still the whole thought process of like not achieving your full potential, I've been there, especially with fibro.
Right.
Because that definitely holds me back from a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, mostly because of like the physicality of the jobs that I wanted to do. It's just not, but understanding my limitations and working within them, that I finally found peace with it. So,
right.
Of course, I'm almost 40 and it did take me almost all that time to do.
She's old.
I'm a cougar.
I'm not that much younger.
He's a baby.
I'm not a baby. Get it right. I'm a grown-ass man. Alright, let's keep going.
Circuits are shot and I don't care. I'm trying to find the words that'll surface and find air. I'm working to feel worth that I'm hurting, it's not fair. Cause I feel like I've been searching for purpose, it's not there, and now I'm scared. Yeah.
Now that I can understand
That
being
makes
scared
sense.
about. Searching for a purpose that's not there.
Not there.
Like, just trying to figure out where you're supposed to fit in this world
Right.
can be a scary thing.
Right.
I did deal with that for a couple years because I had no clue. And you know what's funny, too? A lot of it is manifested because of our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Because our parents spend so much time pushing us, a lot of times, into places we don't want to be.
Right.
I don't know how many times I've heard people being, like, raised and, like, pushed into the family business when they don't really want anything to do with the family business. Like, they want to forge their own path and do
Right.
their own thing. Or, you know, military parents pushing their kids to be in the military when the kids don't want to be in the military. They want to go be artists or whatever.
Musicians.
And so many parents, it reminds me of...
And it's we're not talking about like a malicious act. We're
No.
just talking about like they have their own ideals of what importance is. Like my dad never got a college degree.
Right.
And he did amazing things in his career. He really did amazing things and achieved CEO level.
Honestly, a lot of the famous people have.
Right. But he did such great things, but that was always his major fault with himself. And so he really pushed me to get a college degree, any degree that I could get.
Right.
And had several jobs kind of lined up that he thought like a hierarchy of importance to him, like be a lawyer, be a doctor. You know, he wanted to be a veterinarian for a while, which, you know, I probably would have done second to forensic psychology if I could have managed the really long hours.
Right.
But it was a huge push, and he was very disappointed.
There's actually a spoken word poem by a guy by the name of Sully Breaks. One of my other, aside from Prince E.A., one of my other favorite spoken word guys. And if you haven't heard it, I might let you listen to it tonight. Maybe even a few other things of his things, because listening to him, it's like my own thoughts put into word.
Right.
The way he's said things. But one of them was talking about parents who don't invest into their children to help guide them down the path that their children want to go down.
Oh, nurture actual aspects of their own
Right.
kid versus...
And one of them is, one of the things he even has a problem with, and don't get me wrong, from an outside perspective, I understand why parents would do this. But one of the things he talks about is parents pushing their kids to pursue a backup plan as opposed to whatever it is that they're chasing.
Right.
And he's like, and I
Gives
love
them an option for failure.
right, the way that he words it, though, he compares it to being a general who runs an army. He's like, that's like putting people out on the front line, but spending more time on the people that are their replacements, that their front line is just going to be set up for failure.
Right.
And when the way he worded it, though, I was just like, I never thought of it like that. Like, yes, I think to an extent a backup plan can be...
I think plan B is always a good thing to have, but mentally you need to
put everything
focus
you can...
that plan A is going to work.
Right.
Because, again, just like he's saying, and with depression and everything we've talked about, it's really a fight. It's a mental state.
Right.
And I'm not saying that everything can be cured by, you know, thinking yourself through it, because that's bullshit.
Oh, no.
But
yes.
but it is
bullshit.
part of the process.
Right.
So,
I'm sorry, we digressed there. Probably for way
well,
longer
we
than
were
intended.
still talking about the topic at least.
Let's keep going.
I've been searching for purpose, it's not there, and now I'm scared. Yeah. Look, and now I'm scared. And I don't like to talk about my feelings, cause the man inside the mirror got.
Who is this guy supposed to represent? Do you think it's his fear creeping up on him? Like, and he's doing a lot of
Has
deals
some
with
sort of
him.
control over him.
That's what
It's
I'm
possible.
thinking. Maybe the fear or depression or something like that.
It's possible.
Look, and now I'm scared. And I don't like to talk about my feelings, cause the man inside the mirror got some demons, motherfucker, and I'm scared. Yeah. And now I'm scared, but I've been acting like I'm okay, even though deep inside I've been lost in my mind and I'm scared. But I'm alive and well, I'm alive, but I'm far from well. So the
Isn't that Luke gone?
I don't know his face well enough.
I could be way off.
But I'm alive and well, I'm alive, but I'm far from well. So the doctor said I need to focus more on my health, because I rap to help you, but it ain't helping myself. I keep myself pinned down with the words that I spit. Instead of moving past pain, I indulge in this shit. Look, you probably thinking it's hot, but it caused my anxiety and that shit don't stop. Man, I can't even leave my house, so I hide in my room, cause everybody in my town talks down on me too. They see me as a fucking rapper, some delusional goon, and judge me based off every lyric, not the shit that I do. And it made me pissed, I'm bitching, but shit is just not fair. I'm itching for the figures, I figured it's right there. The bigger picture I painted is failing to find there, cause the genre started changing, my brain is just not there, and now I'm scared.
A lot of rough visuals to have to.
Are the drugs like a representation of his addiction to the pain that he's talking about being?
I don't know. Well, and the thing about Chase is I can't say I've ever seen anything where he's kind of came out and said some of the things he's been through in terms of any kind of addictions he may have had,
Right.
drug-wise, prescription-wise, whatever.
Right.
He's talked a lot about his anxiety, like the last song we listened to, Loop,
Right.
or Stuck in a Loop. He made some references to it there. Now, yeah, I don't know what kind of battles he's dealing with now, to be honest.
They could be different prescription drugs he's had to take for.
Some of it. Now, I'm also wondering, though, just because you guys see, like, a white powdery substance set up like Coke doesn't always necessarily mean it is. I have actually heard of prescription drug users who crush their pills up
Oh, yeah.
and snort them instead of swallowing them. So I don't know if that's what he's doing to take the meds, and that's what he's addicted to, or what. I don't know. That's
But you saw that obviously his girl kicked him out, and then his friend, who was happy to see him at first, wouldn't let him in the house because of the drugs that he was carrying.
right.
The drugs that he's buying from
Whoever this guy
is are differing each time. I'm wondering if he's like he's getting harder and harder substances.
Right.
He's hiding in his room because his anxiety's so bad, and the people in his town make fun of him for being a rapper because they don't probably take it seriously, like a serious job,
Right.
which is what we were talking about in terms of, you know, your plan A. Wow. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Find there, cause the genre started changing, my brain is just not there, and now I'm scared. Yeah. And now I'm scared, so I don't leave my room too often, man, it's too much talking around my name, motherfucker, now I'm scared. Yeah. And now I'm scared. I don't do well when I'm lonely, but I'm always by myself. And maybe that's the reason that I'm scared for my family and friends that I made. Cause death is just around the corner, that can happen today.
I can relate to that. I personally don't like being like, even though I am very introverted and I don't necessarily like to go out to do things, I don't like being alone. It's usually when I'm by myself that the darkest thoughts that I have come, because of and a lot of it is driven from the loneliness. And I almost think that's kind of, now I never got this bad, not since I was in high school, but I'm pretty sure he's also referencing thoughts of suicide because of the loneliness. Again, I haven't had thoughts that bad since I was in high school. But as I've said before in other reactions, I have had thoughts of like, I hope something kills me today.
Right.
Like, I hope I'm driving to work and just somebody out of fucking nowhere hits me, flips the car 50 times. And
I am so introverted that I rarely get lonely. There have been some seriously dark parts of my life where I have been alone, and they were not good, good times. But those were more incidental to all the other shit I was dealing with in my life at the time.
Right.
I tend to get more depressed when I'm lonely, but not alone.
Right.
Whether that's friends or a relationship or whatever, but I'm lonely when I'm around people is when things start getting the worst for me.
Don't worry, guys. I won't let that happen. Even when I'm playing my video games, I'm usually laying on her in some way, shape, or form.
Or we're cracking jokes about what's going on.
Right.
But you'll note that it looks like he decided to get clean and his girl's accepting him back.
Which is always a feel-good story. How it should be. Should.
We hope. Yeah.
Scared for my family and friends that I made. Cause death is just around the corner, that can happen today. And shit, I couldn't even fathom what my family would say if they see me laying dead in my casket. And shit, I couldn't even fathom what my family would say.
Oh.
Did you sell any of the brick
He was
yet?
supposed to, yeah.
Yo, why are you dodging my calls? I told you if you don't sell it, you're done.
And he tossed it.
Did you ghost my motherfucker? Ghost my motherfucker?
Did you ghost my motherfucker? Should have had a comma.
Right. You're out of time. The drugs better be sold, and you better call me by tonight. You're done. I warned you not to fuck me over.
And he did say death could happen today, which is maybe why he's...
Right.
Say, if they see me laying dead in my casket one day, I see my parents last week, I ain't seen them in months. Shit, my mom look nervous cause I'm hanging with thugs, and she scared of OD cause I got into drugs. So before I thought to leave, I went and gave her a hug, and she latched on like she won't see me again. I got a feeling that the reason is the shit that I said. I tell my fans every day that I wish I was dead, so I could finally be in peace instead of dealing with dread. And it made me mad, I'm passing the pain to my own fam. I stacked all the odds in my favor to make rap. Now I'm laughing about passing and having a whole gram, cause I'm lacking all the passion I had, and it's so sad, and now I'm scared.
There's kids involved.
Mm-hmm. That's fucked up. Whew.
So the choices he made affected his family. which is what he was talking about.
Yep. Which my mind almost went somewhere completely different, so I'm not going to go there for the sake of the video. Bruh, that song. Now, obviously, I don't think he's dealing with that level of stuff.
Right.
At least I hope not.
I really hope that he hasn't brought that kind of, or isn't still bringing that kind of danger around. But
right, but I think also a lot of people don't think things through thoroughly before they make the choices they make in life.
right,
I think a lot of times choices made are knee-jerk reactions to what's going on.
or you feel that there's no other options because you have tunnel vision.
Right. And I think I am 100% against people that do sell drugs. I can understand why some do, but there's always... First off, drug addiction's terrible, and even if you're selling them to the people addicted to them, you're no better than they are for doing them.
Right.
But a lot of people don't take the time to think about how wrong things can go and where they can lead, not just for you, but the people around you, whether it's friends, family.
For me, it's definitely more about the effect that you have on the people around you.
Right.
I mean, I think drug addiction is a horrible disease, but we each make our own choices. And if it were something that only affected you, I wouldn't get involved. But the problem is that really no matter who you are, you're affecting someone. Even
Right.
if you're not selling it, if you're taking drugs, what about the pain that your mom's going through, your sister, your loved ones, just watching you?
Right. And it's not even just the pain. Like, what kind of situations are you putting your family in terms of financially? Like,
Right.
you know, how many bills are missed because you need your fix? Or,
Are you stealing from them?
right.
Are you... Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, and it's not just drugs, but a lot of things end up having...
Any kind of addiction, really. And addiction doesn't always necessarily mean you're addicted to drugs. There's gambling.
There's alcohol, there's
anything,
porn, there's...
anything can be an
there's-
addiction.
Yeah.
And regardless of what your addiction is, please get help. Like,
Right.
there's a hotline for any kind of addiction out there. You just got to search for it.
Right. That was a very heavy, very deep, but again, I
And-
still loved it.
And now you notice, though, the one thing that happened, he was finally getting his shit together
Of course.
when everything went south.
Of course. Isn't that when
It's-
things normally go sideways?
Mhm.
I mean, that's a perfectly true story, because otherwise, if he had been in the downward spiral still, he wouldn't have been accepted back from his girl and maybe would have died underneath a bridge or something, which again is a true story. But unfortunately, he was accepted back. I mean, fortunate for him, unfortunately for everyone. He was around his girl and obviously kids again.
Right.
So,
Good song, though, Chase. Really liked it.
definitely thought-provoking.
I was going to say, I love any music
Yeah.
that can be thought-provoking and can stir up good conversation. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this reaction. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Chase's Scared? Jesus Christ.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
Also, be sure to comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see us react to. Check the description below for the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, BitChute, as well as the original link to this video. You'll also find links to the bar Discord as well as the YouTube page. We are both in the Discord. We are both in the YouTube on the bar, under the bar as well. We're
Part of the bar.
everywhere. We're in your closet. Kidding.
I'm not hiding in no closet. Just saying.
I'm telling you now, if I ever hide in somebody's closet before I kill them, I'm jumping out and screaming, "Fabulous!"
I was just gonna say it better be fabulous.
Because you have to have a good pun with a stabbing. I'm just saying.
Well, yes.
There's
yes,
the
you do.
depraved side. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Peace.
Bye.